Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be. My name is Mikel. I'm the ACT prep teacher at Leeds High School in Leeds, Alabama. I'm currently pursuing my master's in instructional leadership at Jacksonville State University. And we had to do a lit review on 3 journal articles and compose a presentation. And I decided to do mine on student engagement, which can be a major concern for a lot of administrators and teachers and even parents these days. The issue with student engagement, there's different interests. Some kids may enjoy math, may not enjoy science as much, or vice versa, whatever it is. Or it may not be, it may be that they don't even enjoy school at all. But you got to find a way to engage them. Individualized learning needs. Some kids just learn different. So there's different strategies and different approaches that you would take with each one of those students to try to get them engaged to the best of your ability. And there's also learning disabilities that teachers have to accommodate these days based off of individualized education plans, which can propose a problem. And then there's also varying distractions. Technology can be a problem, as great as it is. Having that device at their fingertips all the time, they need to know the answer to a question. They could just Google it. And there's a lot of good information out there, but there's also some false information. And there's distractions outside of school. They could be worried about who they're hanging out with after school or what their plans are for the weekend. There's all kinds of things. You got to find a way to get them to buy in and pay attention in your lesson. Kids want to know why these days. Why do I have to learn something? And that may be a problem for them staying engaged. And you've got to figure out why. Well, some of the things you can do to get them to buy in is to give them some real world problems. Tie it into a situation they're in. Personalize the lesson. Okay? And to do that, you have to know that person. And if you do that, a lot of times when they see the why, then okay, they'll buy in and get on board with that. Then also free choice. You want to engage them and get them to feel like they have control or that they are leading the lesson. And one of those ways is giving them options and letting them choose something that may interest them. And you'll be surprised at what that'll do for you. Some challenges you may have in student engagement, and as you try those things that we just talked about, there's going to be some challenges. Obviously, large class sizes. It's not uncommon in Alabama for the class sizes to be 20 or more students. And you can imagine trying to learn and get individualized lessons for all those students at one time could be a daunting task. Standardized testing is also another concern of teachers and administrators. They wonder if we go out and we personalize and individualize each lesson and let students have free choice in doing things and guiding lessons, that they may not perform well on standardized tests, which we're all judged on. As sad as that is a problem. And Wilhelm, in his 2016 journal article, talked about giving students free choice of reading. And even though they weren't necessarily reading something that the teacher would want them to, the free choice in that, they were still using advanced reading strategies. And those strategies, then they found out, carried over into other subjects. And so you can see there was a relationship in there that even though the content may change, those strategies stayed the same. And then there's also some stubborn teachers who have just been doing it this way for so long. And administrators are going to have to fight that and get them to buy in and see the benefits of individualizing, reaching each student individually, and not just doing one method of teaching for all, because we know that doesn't work. In my ACT prep class at Leeds, there's a few things I'm going to do. The first thing is I'm going to get to know my students' interests better. I'm going to figure out what makes them tick, the way they learn. I'm going to individualize the lessons. So for instance, if I've got a student that enjoys reading vampire novels and they hate math, well, I'm going to somehow figure out, as simple as it is, maybe do some vampire math problems to get them engaged and interested in that. Then I'm going to engage in feedback, immediate feedback. I'm going to try to use technology so when we do a lesson, I'll have some sort of quiz or assessment at the end that they can give me some feedback and we can see if that lesson is working immediately instead of waiting a week for a test. My references are available here. I've enjoyed presenting to you today. Thank you for your time.